Good morning from the future. This is Australia calling. We have your comic books. And this week I am traveling, and so therefore you've got this set up for some unknown reason. So welcome everyone. It's Monday morning here in Australia. It's an hour earlier than we normally do because I have to, unfortunately I had something urgent come on that I have to go to at 8 a.m. So we've moved this forward, and our guest has very kindly jumped on an hour earlier as well. So we had a little bit of technical problems. We won't bore you with that, but I'd like to introduce my guest today, Ryan, the Colossus Collector.
What's going on, everyone? Dave, thanks for having me on.
Sir, it's been a pleasure. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been watching your channel for the longest time, and as we talked to Heroes,
watching you.
Thank you very much. We talked at Heroes. We met for the first time in person at Heroes, and I shared my, because I was looking at my little countdown and my other countdowns as well. I'm very jealous of the production values of Ryan the Colossus Collector, and
I'm jealous of your production values. So we're just jealous of each other.
Well, I tell you what, if anyone had seen us backstage at the beginning of the stream, they would have thought that we weren't very professional because we couldn't get the sound to work. Which is why
that's all because you're not in your usual studio, and it's, you know, we're doing stuff on the fly, like you said.
That's true. That's true. Well, welcome, my friend. It's an absolute joy and a pleasure to have you on the show. We have some people in the chat. Let's introduce the chat, and then we'll start talking, because I want to get deep on your channel and let some of the people that watch this channel will probably know of you. The vast majority, I would argue, but equally, I think there's a lot of people that probably haven't come across it, and so therefore I wanted to give a shout out, because it is one of those channels that I just always watch religiously and just love the content. So, and not just the channel, but also the different aspects of the channel that you've brought together over the years. So, all right, let's do the chat. The toy box. He must be first, or he possesses nothing life. So welcome, always here first. Derek, friend of ours from Heroes.
Also met him there, yeah.
Yeah, we have some stories about that one for sure. And Dan's Comics Corner's here as well. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
And Mr. Richard Westfall. I think you know him.
Always there. Always there.
Great to see you, Richard. Brandon's here. Hello. How are you, Brandon?
My buddy.
Brandon, I'm trying to line up some time with Brandon next week. So we're sort of working through that. So next week we might have Brandon on the show. So welcome, my friend. It's great to see you. And are we caught up? No, I have comic issues too. Hello. More news on I have comic issues later. I was supposed to be on his stream today, and because of this whole issue, I've had to move that to next week with him. So I'll be talking to him next week, which will be great fun. And I think we're all caught up, which is great.
We got Rich, Big Nasty is in there as well.
Big Nasty? Where is Big Nasty? See, I'm glad you can see. Oh no, there's Big Nasty there. Hello, Big Nasty.
Hey, Rich. Hope you're feeling good.
Where's Rich?
Big Nasty's Rich.
Yeah. Sorry, when you confuse me, you're like going, we've already said Richard Westfall.
No, another Rich.
Anyway, another Rich. Anyway, it's great to see everybody. Right. So, mate, my first question for you, the channel. We talked about this at HeroesCon. The amount of the production values, and I always remember your Terrificon video, which if you haven't seen his Terrificon video from last year, I'd urge you to go and see it, just purely for the intro alone, which must have taken you days.
A good week of a lot of hours. I mean, right. I would say it was probably more closer to two weeks of regular work time to get that video done. That's my claim to fame. That's the one everybody remembers.
It is. But the thing about that video, and I think you shared this on one of the other live streams that I saw, it's not monetized because there's a copyright claim on it.
Yeah, so it got to demonetized. So no strikes or anything, but can't make any of that sweet fine, couple cents or dollars that I get off of my monetization off of that one. But worth it. It's everybody talks about it, so it's that makes it all even more worth it. No, it did get demonetized.
So, tell everyone about the channel that doesn't know who Ryan the Colossus Collector is. I have the benefit of watching you frequently, but I'd love you to sort of give your elevator pitch on your origin story and how you got started to begin.
Yeah, so I'm a lifelong Marvel fan. Did a little bit of collecting when I was a kid, but really found the hobby, I guess, getting close to 4 years ago. Not quite 4 years ago, but almost. And then I got, just dove into the hobby, dove into the community on Instagram, and after about a year, I don't know, I just thought it would be cool to start up a YouTube channel. Obviously, had been watching lots of other channels in the community and thought it was a great opportunity to show off stuff, have fun. I enjoy making stuff, and a great opportunity to also just meet more people. And it really has, like, Instagram's great, but like YouTube just kind of really took it to another level. And then people kind of get to know you a little bit more, and it just opens a lot of doors and opportunity to make friends. So that was kind of really the reason behind it. In terms of what I do on the channel, I show off a lot of my collection, make content about the comics I collect. Big X-Men guy. I started the Council of X. My little X-Men club. We've been on a bit of a summer hiatus, but we'll be back in the fall. And of course, Dave, you are one of our newest members. You haven't been on a stream yet, but and that's my fault, just because just been such a busy year and a busy summer. But looking forward to having you on with all the guys. And so we just get together and talk X-Men stuff. I try to sometimes come up with fun games or discussions, all X-Men related, show off stuff that we're all collecting, talk about what we want to get. Just X-Men, anything X-Men. So that's a lot of fun. I also do another live stream show that I started this year called Colossus' Spotlight, on whatever the topic is du jour on a particular episode. I've done a few episodes this year, comic art. I did a whole Colossus fan show. All big Colossus fans got together. A few other ones I'm sort of blanking on. That's just that was my idea, to kind of do more than just X-Men on a live stream show, and just be able to talk about anything and everything. This year I'll say my content's been way down in terms of volume. It's just been a really busy year, and so it's been slower to get my content out there, but hoping to ramp it up a little bit more in the back half here of the year.
No one tells you how hard it is to keep a schedule on this platform. It is very, very hard. You've got to constantly be working on content ideas, etc. And I can absolutely empathize with, not when you don't have that much content, or you take a hiatus, because it is, as I say, hard. It's hard work. And especially considering how much production value you put in. I think that's the key.
That's part of it too, because it takes me a number of hours to do each edited video, because I try to put as much into it as I can. And because it gets time consuming, it's sometimes just hard to get it done. I work on my computer every day, so sometimes you're just so tired of sitting at your computer. So that's also kind of comes into it too. But I still really love doing it and love the channel. It's just finding that time to get it all out there.
Richard in the comments has mentioned he loves the wallet. So for those of you who don't know, the ongoing joke with your channel is that your wallet is a character and complains about the fact that you're spending all this money on comics, which I love that. And I love the fact that you use chicken wire, I'm assuming, too.
Little fishing line, yeah. Yeah, the wallet idea kind of came from, I always used to would say, oh, my wallet hates me now after a big haul or whatever. And I went through just a couple videos before I'd started it where I just spent a lot of money, and then that idea came up to create the wallet character who's always at odds with me spending money on comic books and comic related stuff. And he's grown to be like a big part of the channel, popping up every few videos or so, and it's been a lot of fun. It's just like I get a lot of great ideas from it, so and people seem to love it, so I keep doing it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. I did like there was the therapy session, I think, for Heroes Con. Is that right? With the shoes.
I've done that. That was the second therapy session that we've had. Brought that back for the Heroes Con videos. Pretty fun.
That's fantastic. Archivist Adrift is here too, saying hello. Good to see you. Right. I did have to ask you a question because I was thinking about your content, your channel, and I've seen you on journeys in terms of key books. Now, this is the mail call show, because generally I'm showing off books and saying, this is what I got this week, or blah, blah, blah. Bit of a different tack today, and we talked prior to this around one of the things that I've been really interested in is obviously seeing you get some of those bigger books that you've been really looking for and hoping for. And, I've seen the journey of I don't want to reveal the books because I'd want to leave that for you. But seeing that journey in terms of you getting there, and I think there was claim sales where you were saving to get those books, which I was lucky to be a part of. And then also the original art thing. Really, when I saw you dipping your toe in there, I was worried for the wallet character, shall we say. Yeah. So I know you may have brought a few books and a few things to share. So I thought that might be a good starting point. Is just you're a massive X-Men fan, so I just wanted to get a sense of the books that you're really happy that you've now got, and then what else, if anything, you're still looking for.
Yeah. So I actually just completed this at Heroes Con, my 1 to 300 X-Men run. Got 4 books there that completed it, so I'm really excited about that. That was kind of the culmination of my X-Men journey that I've been on since I got into the hobby. And that's been like my absolute main goal focus for all these years collecting. And so I got to that, and I could show some of those off. I brought a bunch of books. So at Heroes Con, sorry?
On grade, what's your story on grade? I'm assuming that 300, they're not, it's just the book that you're after, right? Or is it different?
Yeah, so it started with just the book was what I was after. And I would say for the Silver Age books, that's still where I'm at. I just really appreciate having the books. The big thing is just, do they present well? So I don't care what the grade is when it comes to a Silver Age book. And the big Silver Age one that I got at Heroes that helped complete the run was X4. Of course, that's a big book. First appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, as the headliners. Got that in a 3.5. And I worked this out in a deal actually prior to the con, but got it at the con from Justin Birch Letters. He was looking to upgrade a few of his X-Men books, and so he gave me a fantastic deal. And yeah, just I mean, it's a beautiful presenting copy.
I am very. I do not have that. I do not have that. I've been looking for a while. Mine will be a UK price variant if I get it.
Well, that would be awesome.
But it is a fantastic book, and I still think it's undervalued. Considering
it's such I guess it's the second appearance of Magneto too, right? Yeah. It's which is also a pretty big deal. So I mean, just huge Marvel characters. It's a really big key. I would say outside of a couple of the ones I'm about to show you, it's right up there as the top keys in the X-Men line.
Again, it is under. I think it's undervalued. I think it's even underrated for a multiple key, because if you think about it, how important is Mastermind? And I think it's his first appearance.
Yeah, Mastermind and Toad as well.
Yeah.
And Mastermind is like Dark Phoenix Saga. That's all.
You can't have exactly. Yeah. You can't have Dark Phoenix Saga without Mastermind, because he sets the seeds in terms of her descent into darkness. Like that's the whole point.
Yeah. Such an amazing story, and Mastermind's the mastermind behind it.
And I think that's one of the things that I love about the X-Men, and it doesn't get covered that often, right? You think about the runs and what Claremont did when he came back. So, that title, there were some gems of some really fantastic ideas. But Claremont and Byrne really there's no reason that they should be using almost a B-grade villain to sort of change. They really thought about, I'll take this character who has the ability to manipulate how they see things, manipulate how I see things, or how I'm perceived, and change that and create this, great story. I love that Claremont was able to sort of take little nuggets from somewhere else and then, from the early days of Stan and Jack, and turn it into something good.
Utilize that character that maybe was a little bit lost to the Silver Age and bring him back, give him such a huge role in basically creating another, like what I would say is a big time X-Men villain in the dark side of the Phoenix, which obviously has continued on in comics up until this day. I mean, the Phoenix is still around, not that it's bad right now, but it's always been that threat. It's always been it's been a huge part of the X-Men all the way up until current time.
Well, it's funny you mentioned bad fit the Dark Phoenix. What got me back into collecting was Avengers versus X-Men.
AVX.
And
yeah,
and that's the piece that sort of set me back on the course, because of that. The Dark Phoenix. Well, not really the Dark Phoenix, but there was the Phoenix 5, which were essentially 5 Dark Phoenixes in one.
Yeah, I haven't read AVX yet. I have the omnibus, and I'm itching to read it. There's just so much to read, but I can't wait to read it. Yeah. So, in addition to that, this was the first big grail that I went after. It's my favorite book for obvious reasons, and that's Giant Size X-Men #1, the book that kicked off the Claremont era. Obviously my favorite characters' first appearance, but along with Storm and Nightcrawler, Thunderbird, Wolverine joining the X-Men. I mean, such an important book, and this is still, if I had to grab one book, this would be
it. Would be that one.
This would be
not the well. We'll probably come to the other one in a minute, but that one, it would be that one because of Colossus.
Because of Colossus. The next one's equal, like right there, but like if I had to choose one, this is the one, because it's just my favorite book.
You should tape them back to back, so then you don't have to make a decision. You just pull them both.
Yeah, just keep them. Yeah, but then I'd have to flip it. I'd rather like attach it to the side so that it's
like a big
at the same time. So
when did you get that one? When did you get that?
When did I get that one? I got that one now. I guess that would have been 2 years, about 2 years ago now. I think August 23 is when I bought this one.
Awesome.
So, yeah, and it's still on my wall every day, and I love it.
John's here as well, saying hi.
Hey, John, another member of our Council of X. So yeah, then there's this one, the one we're alluding to. Yeah. And this one was a big chase as well, right after Giant Size. This is the one that kicked it all off, of course. Low grade, but I mean, it's like I said, it's all about presentation, and it presents really, really well.
I was going to say, it presents really well. Like that doesn't look. It's like, does it got chipping? It doesn't even look like it's got marble chipping.
Yeah, no, not real. Maybe a little bit along the top. There's a little bit, but it's pretty nice. Obviously, it's got spine wear. It's got a cool little
is that a stamp?
Stamp there, GG. Don't know what that stands for, but yeah, good game. I thought that was kind of poetic when I bought it, right? GG. That was on my hunt for an X-Men 1. So, but yeah, just love the presentation of it, and that's what makes, I'm good with the grade because it looks great.
So I noticed it's in a CBCS slab.
Yep.
Have you ever thought, would you change that? Is there any? I don't think there's any benefit.
I've thought about it. I mean, maybe one day, but I'm just not in a hurry to do that. It's
Has it got anything? Has it got any pressable defects? Do you think, or is it true?
One of the big defects is it's got a big chunk out of the back cover there. I don't know if it could, maybe. Yeah, actually, now that I look at it, it's got a little bit of like, kind of denting here that might be able to press out. Who knows? I could maybe get it to a 2.
Yeah, I mean that if it's a small section missing, you probably get it up a little bit. It all depends. It looks great. Like that's the thing about these. They're just, and it's such an iconic cover as well.
Oh yeah,
I'm still amazed. Yeah, it's fabulous stuff. And homaged many times. Like, I think how many times have they? There's at least 3 that I'm aware of.
Oh, I'm sure it's been homaged a bunch of times. I'd have to really do some research on that.
But it's like the Jim Lee one. Like the Jim Lee X-Men 1 is actually a reverse version drawn over 5 comics of that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, what else do you have?
What else do I have? So this is my favorite cover. And I guess one thing I haven't got yet, and I want this in a 9.8, and that's X-Men 122. So outside of GSX 1 and X-Men 1, this is my favorite book, but I would say this is my favorite cover, for obvious reasons. And this copy could be a 9.8 contender. I'm gonna try and 9.8 pre-screen this after a clean and press. It must have been one of those early books off the print run because the colors are just vibrant off of this book. So
that looks awesome. Would you get it signed, or would you just leave as is?
No, I think I would just I want it perfectly as it is, just in a 9.8. Yeah, I like signed books, but for like I guess like the main books in my collection, I like them unsigned. So
yeah. And so that's your Colossus. So what's the, tell everyone why Colossus? Like why Colossus?
Well, I've told the story many times, but I think where it really started was this game behind me, the Konami arcade game from the early 90s. I always used to play as Colossus. I loved the game. I loved that you could play the original cabinet. They had the 6-player huge double screen cabinet at my local arcade. And I loved that you could like take 5 other friends and play the whole game cooperatively. You could be the X-Men, you could be a team, and Colossus just was the best. He had the best superpower, and so that was where it started. And then and I tend to like kind of big kind of tank like characters, and obviously Colossus fits that bill. And I just the fact that he was all, that organic steel form, I just it appealed to me. And as I've learned more about him more and more over the years, I just like him even more. One of the other things I really love about him that kind of just appeals to me personally is his relationship with his younger sister, Ilyana. I have 2 younger sisters, and as an older brother, I just I find some affinity with that as well. So that was just a nice thing that also that kind of just appeals to me about him as a character.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing as well, I was going to ask, out of all of the X-Men artists, and you mentioned you have that front cover. That's a is that a Cockrum cover or is that a Byrne cover? That one?
Yeah, it's a Cockrum cover.
The Cockrum cover with Terry Austin on inks, right?
I believe, yes.
I think so. Yeah.
I think Byrne might be the artist on the interior.
He is. Yeah, I think so.
This was that kind of period where Byrne was starting to come into the run, and then Cockrum left, and then of course he had his legendary run with Chris Claremont before Cockrum came back.
So outside of Cockrum and Byrne, I mean, he's been drawn very differently in very different ways. To your point, like the Cockrum Byrne era, I didn't get the impression he's this giant tank, right? You got a sense he was tall.
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. Yeah.
But it's like some of them, they draw him like humongous and like,
yeah.
And I'd be interested, who's out of all of the artists over the years, who are the ones that have really resonated with you in terms of how they've realized Colossus?
So I love Cockrum and I love Byrne, but I would say my 2 favorite artists on Colossus are Jim Lee and Art Adams. They're both incredible at drawing Colossus. They both draw him even bigger than Byrne and Cockrum had him.
Yep.
And they just nailed them. They nailed all the facets of him. His metal form always just looked amazing. Like one of my favorite panels is in X-Men 1 when he's basically transforming and he's got that aura as he's being tossed into the mansion, and there's that like action pose of Colossus coming at you, just kind of on a white background with Archangel in the back, and I love that panel. Probably my favorite Colossus rendering.
Very good. You've got talking of original art, right? You've got into that. Man.
I have.
Now we talked at Heroes Con about this magnificent jam piece you're planning.
I have an
progress?
update on that. I have an update on that literally today. So
tell everyone first, because it is one of those you probably shared it previously, but it's just a good story as well, because I've seen your idea.
Yeah.
Even your idea looks great.
Yeah. So last year when I started thinking more about original art, I'd seen some really great jam pieces, especially at Terrificon last year. And I thought I got this coming year, I got to start something like that. And I had a few different thoughts, but the thought that really just like stuck in my brain was a jam piece of a number of Colossuses by different artists and showing Colossus in his different eras and costumes and kind of lined up in a pose. And so that's what I decided. And before Heroes Con, I kind of outlined it on a big sheet of paper and wanted to get Art Adams in particular at Heroes Con to do my my jam piece, and then I was hoping I could get other artists on it. But the way Art takes commissions is you go to him at the start of the con, he takes the piece, and then he takes a list, as you know, because you had your piece at the same time. He takes a list of commissions, and then he kind of just picks some off the list, stuff he wants to do or what he can get to in a particular weekend at a con. And so Heroes Con is such a comic, hardcore comic fan show. I think he was very busy signing, and he didn't get to as many commissions that weekend. You lucked out and you got yours, but he unfortunately didn't get to mine. And at the end of the weekend, I got the bad news that he didn't do it. Derek, who's in the chat, he was one of the ones who also didn't get it.
Got robbed by the list guys at
it was a bummer. And then on top of it, he held it all weekend, so I didn't get anybody else on there.
Oh.
And then I had planned to go to Terrificon this year and get like Greg Land and maybe Scott Hanna on it, but I ended up not going to Terrificon. So this weekend was Fan Expo Canada in Toronto, and Art Adams was there, and I knew that I had an opportunity to go there this weekend and try again. And I was the first one on the list on Thursday. It's a 4-day con, and I got a text on Friday. I was only going Thursday and Sunday. I got a text on Friday that he did it, and today I went to the con. And
no,
so
I'd say this is awesome.
This is YouTube debut of my first piece on my jam piece.
So for those who don't know, a jam piece is where you have multiple sketches. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
So there's the others that you're going to have done.
Yeah. So as you can see, I've kind of like mapped it out from one side to the next. And so I'm going to have Art Adams, obviously, with the classic in the middle. And then I'm going to have, sorry, it's hard to, I'm going to have him, you can't really see it, maybe, there we go. I'm going to have him in his, oh, there.
There you go. Let's make it big.
So I'm going to have him in his juggernaut form, followed by his acolyte costume, then his Phoenix 5, and then of course Art in the middle. Try to get that there. And like this is everything I wanted it to be. Like this is exactly what I wanted from him, and he gave me like his best on it, and I'm just so pumped about it. And then and then to the other side, I want to get geez, how do I do this? It's so hard when it's
yeah.
I want to have him in his kind of his Australia Outback costume where he had the belt and like no shirt, and then his red suit, and then at the end here his legacy virus when he injected himself with the legacy virus.
I love the fact, and Richard mentions it, the fact that he's standing on Juggernaut's helmet.
Yeah, so Art he's got a famous drawing that he did of Colossus where he's got his leg up, and that was kind of the pose I sort of put on the page, like I mapped out, but I was like, how is he going to have his leg up? And I thought, what if it's the Juggernaut helmet? So I had that there, and yeah, he did it so well.
That's really cool. He's done a great job on that. Like,
so good.
A lot. Yeah, that's a lot of detail.
I paid for his so he does a 15-minute sketch and a 30. So I paid for the 30, and that's I got exactly what I wanted. And what I love about the fact that it's so well done and he's the first one on it is it sort of raises the bar for anybody else who works on it. I hope they'll see it and they'll see that Art Adams did such a great job, and then they'll be inspired to do their best on it, hopefully, when I get other artists on it.
So who's the next one on the list for and what character are you thinking?
I don't know who it'll be next. I missed out at Terrificon on Greg Land, who I want to do the Juggernaut era when he was Juggernaut, because he was the first one to draw him as Juggernaut. And then I don't know, the other ones are kind of up in the air. Like I could get I would love to get like Whilce Portacio or one of the Kubert brothers to do maybe the Acolyte one. I'd like to get Rick Leonardi or Silvestri to do the Outback version, but I don't think Silvestri, like I looked into him and he doesn't really take big commissions right now, so I don't know if that'll come together, but Leonardi would be awesome too. Scott Hanna was one of the ones I was thinking for the Legacy Virus one, so we'll see. It depends on who's at cons and if I think that they worked on that character during that period of time.
So my suggestion on one of those, that you got the Phoenix 5 Colossus in there. So Jim Chung is the most obvious one there.
Okay. I was also thinking of Ron Garney on that because he also worked on that. But yeah, I'm kind of open to who.
I'm a big Jim Chung fan. He's done 3 or 4 pieces for me. He actually did a recreation of X-Men 1 for me, and it's Magneto on the back, and the 5 X-Men on the front cover, which is like essentially the 6 headshots. But he always does really, really good stuff, and I think, because all of the X-Men, most of that run, AVX is actually mostly Jim Chung.
Does he do like? Are there any cons that he tends to do a lot, or?
He definitely. So I was thinking to go to Baltimore. So he does US cons quite a lot. He was at Baltimore when I got my X-Men piece done. He's there this year. But yeah, he's always around, and actually he's one of the nicest people. So if you reach out to him, you may be able to post it off, and then he posts it back. That's the other option.
Yeah, that's another option that I might look into as well. It makes me a little more nervous to mail it just because now I got Art Adams on there. But we'll see. I'm not opposed to potentially doing something like that.
Very good.
And if anybody in the chat has like some cool suggestions, I'm all ears as well.
Yeah. Awesome, mate. And then what else did you have to show today? We've got Brian here, by the way, as well. So hi, Brian. How are you?
Hey, Brian. Yeah, I got a ton of stuff. Just I could kind of cycle through some stuff. This is I picked this up at Heroes Con. It's Bob Hall. He did a little Namor drawing.
So he did that live for you, or was it already sketched?
Yeah, it was already sketched. He does like he has like his tables full of all these characters that he does in these small little squares, and he sells them $50 or $60 or 2 for $100. And I picked up this one, and I picked up what did I pick up? Fin Fang Foom for Brandon, and I gave him that one.
That's awesome. So you really caught the book because you weren't doing original art.
I got it so bad. So also this weekend I got a few other sketch covers done. So I got this done by Ken Lashley, and he killed it.
That's great.
So cool.
That is really
with the
it
color.
Works so well.
It's amazing. I was just again blown away. And he worked on X-Men. I may actually think about putting him on the Jam piece because he also worked on Colossus during the Acolyte years, so I could potentially get him to do the Acolyte as well. But just so
That's
cool.
Really cool.
And then there's an artist I follow. He's Canadian. He on IG named Mike Ruth, and he works on. He's been recently on some Conan books, but he draws The Thing so well. And I'll actually show you the first thing. So he drew this commission that he posted on Instagram, and I've been obsessed with it. And I bought a print of it.
Oh wow!
It's incredible, like just incredible.
That's
so one
awesome.
day I'd like to get him to do a big one, like at this quality. But at the show, I asked him to do a sketch cover, and pretty awesome.
Really good.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you're using, because I do the same thing. I'm picking up those facsimile copies with the blanks all the time, just for this reason.
Oh, I love the ones that have the vintage trade dress, whether it's Fantastic Four or X-Men. I really like that old school trade dress. I also got at Heroes Con, which some people might have seen, but I got that one.
That one blew me away. That one, that made me want to go and get one by him as well, because that is just so well rendered. I was so jealous that day when you showed that off.
Tom Rainey, just excellent work on that. So those were my pieces from the show today. But I also on Thursday, I had pre-commissioned artist Victor Faro. He was at Heroes Con. He's repped by the same company as Art Adams and David Finch. And sequential, yeah. And so he had a number of different price points and different styles that he would do, and he had a mixed media one that I decided to get, and he crushed that.
Whoa! I think I've seen that on your Instagram.
Yeah, I posted it a couple days ago, but that's also from this weekend.
It's beautiful.
And I'm just so floored by it. It's amazing.
That is so cool. That is. I mean, I love the reflection.
Yeah, I mean, the mixed media in the black and white and grays was such a great thing for this character, obviously, with the metallics and everything. I just thought, man, so well done. He's, I think, gonna be a big time cover artist sooner rather than later. He's kind of a little bit of an up and comer, I think, right now, and he's only been doing, I guess, the commission kind of art and repped even for a few years. Like he went to, I think, just like prior to the pandemic, he was in art school. So I think he's gonna have a real awesome career. And so this is my big piece when it comes to art. I bought my first published page a few months back, or earlier this year, I guess it was. And that is
wow.
That's from a book called X-Men Origins that basically profiled all the X-Men characters one per page. And this was the Colossus page, and it shows the whole kind of like a bit of his journey. So like when he first was on the farm and from GSX-1, and then when he went to Krakoa with the X-Men for the first time, and then they show the death of his sister to the legacy virus, and then him sacrificing himself with the legacy virus. So I thought that was cool. Like for someone who probably will never have a page from Giant Size X-Men, this is a pretty cool page of my collection.
And how did you find that? Did you know the book and then asked about the original art, or did you come across the original art first?
I came across, so I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, Jason, the patron of comic art on Instagram and YouTube. I had him on my channel, and I think he after that we're in an IG chat, and he sent me a link to it because he's following all the art reps and all that stuff, and so he sent me the link, and I jumped on it. So
awesome. No, it's a great little piece because of the fact that it is published art. It's not cheap published art. That's the other thing. Or it can be, but yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. I wish I had a little bit more time today. I ended up standing in line for Jim Lee to get a signature on a book that took up a little bit more time than I wanted to, because I wanted to go check out Marcus Toe, who's a kind of a current artist, and he had worked on the recent X-Force series that only went 10 issues, but Colossus ended up being revealed at the end of the last issue, and I was gonna go by his booth and see if he had any pages from that, but I ran out of time, so probably my wallet will be happier that I did.
Well, you can always reach out by it. This is the other thing. Nowadays, you can always reach out. We will probably end pretty soon, but I did want to ask this question that Richard put in the chat. MCU, mutants are coming. We know that. What team of members should they start with? Now, I can pretty much guess your first answer, but I'd be intrigued and interested to see which way you think they're going to take it, because it is.
So, do you want to know how I think they'll take it, or how I would take it? Because
both
different. If it was me, what I would do is I would start with the GSX team roughly. Although maybe just for like more character appeal, I would replace Banshee with Rogue, and then what I would do is I would have Thunderbird, but then I would actually kill him in the first movie, so you get like a really pivotal like death to really kick off the storyline. And it doesn't necessarily have to like be the story of GSX. Like, it doesn't have to be like Xavier goes to find all the members and assembles the team. It could kind of like pick up almost like shortly after that, but they're like a fresh new team. And there was like a former team that you could reference to, and I wouldn't even have like Jean Grey's not part of the team, but she's there in the movie. Then she could kind of be brought into the team a little bit later. But that's how I think I would do it. But I'd bring Rogue in early just for more appeal as a character over Banshee. Although Banshee's great, but that's what I would do. And just to add another female character to the team, because the GSX team was heavily male, and I think it's
very male skewed.
Yeah. How I think they're gonna do it, I think they're gonna do a very young team, and I think it's just gonna be kind of a mishmash of like your kind of expected ones. There'll be Jean, there'll be Cyclops. I wouldn't be surprised if they put in like a Gambit, a Rogue, a Nightcrawler, that sort of thing. Colossus won't be on it because they just disrespect my guy every chance to get. So yeah, if they ever bring Colossus in, it'll be later on. But
what about what about Deadpool? What about Deadpool? You must be happy with the way they portrayed him.
I mean, that's my favorite part of Deadpool, is that Colossus. Yeah. Deadpool 1's obviously probably the best film out of the three, but 2, the fact that he goes toe to toe with Juggernaut, that was just incredible for me.
Very cool, mate. Tell me I'm gonna just quickly share the YouTube channel. Tell me what's going to be coming up in the next few weeks for you.
So I will have a video out soon. It's very late, about my little meetup with Brandon and Mike and a few others when we went down to New York, and we hung out. We did some comic hunting, saw Fantastic Four. You probably already know the whole story because Brandon and Mike already put out their videos, but my videos still to come, so hopefully people will be interested to still watch it. And then I'm trying to remember now in my schedule. Let me just double check if I can. I believe I have a live stream coming up in the next week or two. Just gonna find. Yeah, so on the 9th. Oh no, sorry. on the 2nd, so right after this or next weekend, I'm going to have Rohan from Back in the Game and the Absolute Gaming Nerds podcast, as well as my friend James from the Nerdy Musings podcast and Chinmo from 3 Men in a Basement. They're going to come on and we're going to talk about original art on that show. So that'll be
another one of your original, because you did. I saw your first one and thought it was great.
Yeah, if you go to the live tab there, it's already up. It's that first one right there. Yeah.
There you go. Is this the second one? Yep. Yeah. There you go.
Spotlight on original art part 2.
And there is the Council of X as well, which I am very proud and thankful that you've invited me to be part of that, because as a massive X-Men fan, I'm like sitting there watching the Council of X all the time and going, this is a fantastic forum.
Yeah, I honestly had you in mind already for a long time. Just like I said, this year's been slow, so I'm super excited to have you on board, and we'll probably do something in mid-September. I'm just circling the date.
I will make sure to be there. Mate, thank you so much for coming on today. It's been an absolute joy. If you haven't already, go to the Colossus Collector YouTube channel. You can also find him on Instagram as well under Colossus Collector. Let me stop sharing that and bring you back to the screen. I'd like to thank you for coming on, mate. It's been, as I say, it was wonderful to catch up with in Heroes Con, and just, I'm glad you've got that Art Adams piece now, because that was one of the things that we were both talking about the whole time. And to see you complete the run as well, a perfect end to Heroes Con in my mind. So.
It was great, and it was great meeting you, and thank you so much for having me on.
No, it's an absolute joy. I will look forward to the Council of X, and please be gentle with me, because it will be my first time. Everyone else,
everybody gets treated with kid gloves.
I'm waiting for what you know. What I'm not. So Dan is the one that I'm looking forward to the most, because I see him he piles in.
It's easy to rile him up.
Yeah, I have to have a contentious thought and sort of really try and see if I can get him riled up. Anyway, thank you, sir. It's been an absolute joy and great to have you on the channel finally. As I say, check out the channel. We will see you next week. Hopefully, we'll have Brandon from Mon Comics on. Similar sort of thing. We'll be talking through his collection, his channel, his passions, and we will look forward to seeing you then. So take care, everyone, and we will see you very soon.